Hey, how y'all doing here on another lovely episode? Now, I gotta tell y'all this right here. Stop wasting your time. If ain't nobody else told you, I'm here to tell you, stop wasting your time. Yeah, you, okay? Stop wasting your time. And we're gonna talk about the reason why most people waste their time, okay? Why is most people out here just wasting their time? Okay. Why is that? So, welcome back to another Royal Show right here on Slap 'em with Truth. Okay. So, now, today, like I said, we are talking about, you know, why people run from the truth. So if you don't know, let me just say this. So this is Slapping with Truth podcast, and we are live right here on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, my Facebook and YouTubers, okay? So if you are in need of more than motivation, this channel is for you. So make sure that you are following and subscribing to this channel. So I'm not a motivational coach. I am a clarity coach, okay? A clarity coach. And that what makes me different. And that's what I love to say, okay? So let's see. All right, and I'm going to go to the stream because I said my device is having trouble keeping up. So I just want to go to the stream before we get started and make sure that everything is looking great. Okay. 'Cause we got to make sure we looking great before, we go live right here and give this hot topic. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so on YouTube, you guys are great. Okay, hey, to my YouTubers, how y'all doing? I can see that y'all is great right there. Now let me go over here to Facebook. Just want to make sure that we are live and everything is going great right here in Facebook also. Okay, before we move forward. So let's just go right here and make sure that the live is actually live. Okay, so it looks like we great in both spots. All right. So now that we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so y'all already know it's Queen A. If you don't know me, I am a clarity coach. And like I said, this is not a motivational channel. All right, and this is not a motivational podcast. It is really not. So I want to make sure that make sure we say that and make that clear as well. Okay. So now today we're gonna talk about how to use the truths with clarity to make better choices and things of that nature. So we use truth to gain clarity right here. We use truth to make better choices. We also use truth to move forward in our lives, in our lives. And if you know this channel right here, we don't talk about everybody else. We talk about you. So this is about why are you wasting your time? Because Queen A see you, I see y'all. Now, if y'all see me, I got my head on, which y'all know I love my head anyway. But today I got a head on because I'm in the middle of doing my hair. So if you don't know, I be doing my own hair. So I'm in the middle of that, and I just want to type here just to make sure. So just want to say, hey, love. So let me know where y'all are watching from. Okay. All right. So I am here in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right. So let me just know where y'all are watching from. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get started. So we're that's what we're going to talk about right here is why people waste time, right? Because I see most of us business owners, entrepreneurs, a lot of us is wasting time. And you already know we don't talk we ain't got no time to waste. Why? Because that's the one thing you don't get back. So that's why we're going to be talking about something that every last one of us has done at some point. Me, you, your mama, uncle, auntie, kids, all of us has done this, which is wasting our time on something. Think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. All of us have done it. Now, some of y'all might already be saying, "Nah, Queen Eight, I don't waste my time." But I'm here to tell you, you a lie, and you do. How do I know you do? Because we all at some points have. We all have. I want to tell you that right there. So the difference is that some of us, right, we recognize it, we correct it, and we just move forward. And the rest that while others, or the rest, shall I say, right, they keep repeating the same habits and then wondering why their life is not changing. Right? You know them people. Y'all know them people that repeating the same habits and doing the same things over and over and over and just don't understand why I'm not changing, why I'm not getting the results I want. Well, we're gonna acknowledge that today, and we're gonna talk about that today. Why is that? Yeah, I want you to think about that for a second. So that's why I got quiet. Because why people waste time, right? We're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about what wasting time really looks like. And then the next thing we're going to be talking about is how fear and confusion keeps you stuck. Y'all know I love talking about fear and being confused because they go hand in hand. And then the next thing we're going to be talking about is this: why being busy is not the same as being productive. Y'all know I love telling y'all that. Busy and productive is two different things. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about what you can do to take control of your time starting right now. Starting right now, today, because if you know Queen A, you know tomorrow don't ever come. So as you come into the live, tell me where are you watching from. I put it in the chat. I want to know where y'all watching from. So I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. I want to know how the weather is. What y'all doing? Also, share this live with somebody who is always saying, I'm about to do it, but somehow they don't never get around to doing it. Y'all know some people that are always saying they're gonna do something, but somehow they don't never get around to doing it. Because we love them, right? You know we love them, but today we gonna call them out. We gonna call them out to do better. All right? We gonna call them out to do better. So now we're gonna talk about people wasting time because they lack clarity. Okay? Hmm. This is the first reason why people waste their time. Is because they do not have clarity in the direction that they feel they need to go. Let me say that. Because if you don't have clarity, how do you know? See, when you do not know what you want, everything becomes a distraction. Everything. Think about that for a second. I'm not talking about one thing, I'm talking about everything becomes a distraction. You wake up without a clear plan, like, dang. You grab your phone, you check Facebook and Instagram, right? TikTok, emails, text messages. You check everything else before you have even asked yourself a simple question. And you know what that question is? You ain't asked yourself this right here. What do I need to accomplish today? Not tomorrow, because we know tomorrow don't ever come. So I'm talking about today, right? Then by the end of the day, you feel tired, but you cannot clearly explain what you completed. You can't, because that is what happens when you move without clarity. How can you explain what you completed if you have no clarity on what you have done? Why? Because you ain't done nothing, right? You've been moving, but you ain't got nothing done. It's a difference. So clarity gives you time and an assignment. Because when you know what matters, it becomes easier to recognize what does not matter. Let me say that again. When you know what matter, it becomes easier to recognize the things that do not matter. It really does. But a lot of us don't think about that. We don't. But I want y'all to think about it like this. If you walk into a grocery store, right, without a list, you might walk out with snacks, candles, a new cup, paper plates, paper towels. But you know what, the one thing you ain't gonna walk out with is the thing you went in there to buy. You're gonna forget about everything you came in there to buy and get everything else that was in front of your face. Why? Because that is how many people are living their lives. They moving, spending, talking, scrolling, planning, and participating, but they are not moving toward a defined destination with clarity, and we wonder why we remain stuck. You constantly planning. You done planned 80 million things, and I've been caught in this. I want y'all to tell y'all I was caught right here as well. I was caught there. I know what it's like. I was planning, participating, scrolling, doing everything. But the things that was needed to define my destination and move me forward and get me to where I know that I needed to go. Not where I wanted to go, where I know I needed to go. So y'all got to ask yourself this. This is what I want y'all to ask yourself, okay? Facebook, YouTubers, all right? What is the main thing that me, not everybody else, what is the main thing that I am supposed to be building, that I'm supposed to be completing or improving during this season of my life? What are you planting right now? I'm not talking about 10 different things. I'm talking about what is the main thing, right? And if you brave enough with clarity, put your answer in the comments. If you already know what's the one thing that you need to focus on, right? With clarity, put it in the comments. Because sometimes you are not lazy. You are just simply unclear. Okay? Not sometimes, not all the time. All right. Sometimes we just pure laziness. But when your mind is unclear, your time will become unorganized. It will become unorganized. Make sure you remember that. All right. So the next thing we're going to go over is people waste time because they are afraid. So this is the next thing we're going to talk about. Why people waste time? Simply because they're afraid, right? This is the second reason that people waste time. Is fear. You know, I talk about fear all the time. People procrastinate, right? Because delaying something temporary protects them from the possibility of failing at it. Think about it. If you delay something, then you ain't got to worry about failing at it because you never tried it. Let that sink in for a second. How can you fail at something that you never tried? That's why you stay comfortable. Sometimes procrastination is not about poor time management. It's not. It's about emotional avoidance. It's about emotional avoidance. You got to stay out of your emotions. That's why I say focus on the fact instead of your feelings. You know you need to apply for the opportunity, but you are afraid of being rejected. You know you need to do it, but you're afraid of what might happen if you do it. Would somebody else get it, right? You know you need to start the business, but you're afraid that it will not succeed, right? They ain't go buy from me. They ain't go support me. They ain't go follow me, right? You know you need to make that phone call, but you are afraid of what the person might say on the other end when you make the phone call. You know, right? These are things we know. Just like you know you need to post the content, but you are afraid people would judge your content. And that's why you're not posting. So instead of taking action, you know what you start doing? You start doing everything around the assignment, right? Everything around the assignment. Think about it. We'll put on the music, we'll clean our room, right? We'll work on the logo. Let me change the color. Let me update the logo. Let me reorganize the files in a drawer. Make sure they're alphabetical order, right? Let me watch another motivational video, right? That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, right? Then you tell five more people what you are getting ready to do, not what you're doing. You tell all these people what you're getting ready to do, but you still do not do the thing. The thing. See, you telling everybody what you're going to do, but you still ain't doing the thing. See, preparation can become procrastination when you continue preparing for something that you already equipped to begin. Think about that for a second. At some point, you have to stop rehearsing. You got to. You got to just step on the stage. You done rehearsed enough. How many times you gonna rehearse? Just step on there and see what it's like. I apologize, guys, right? Because fear, it will tell you to wait until you feel confident. Fear gonna tell you, hold on, wait. You wait till you know you motivated. But confidence is often built after you begin, not before. Motivation is built after you begin, not before. So you may not feel ready, but I need you to do it scared. Okay? You ain't gonna know every step. That's fine. I don't need you to know every step, but I do need you to take the first step. I do need you to take the first one because you might make a mistake. More than likely, you gonna make a mistake. But you know what you do in that instance? You correct it and you keep moving. Correct it and keep moving. See, the goal is not perfection. That's why a lot of y'all staying stuck in timing because the goal ain't perfection. The goal is progress. Take action. That's the goal. Okay. So now we're gonna get into part three. People confuse being busy with being productive. Now, if you watch me, you know I talk about this a lot. People confuse being busy with being productive. And this is the third reason why people waste their time, right? It's because they confuse activity with productivity, right? You got to understand just because you're doing something and you're being busy, right? Being busy does not automatically mean you are being productive. What are you busy doing, right? Think about this for a second. You can answer messages all day and still avoid your priorities. Hello. You can answer messages all day. You can attend meetings all week and still make no meaningful decisions. Think about that for a second. All week, you can spend hours and hours creating a beautiful planner and never follow the plan, right? So let me slap you with this truth, okay? Let me slap you with this truth right here. Mm. A packed schedule does not always equal a productive life. Oh, some people ain't gonna get that one. A packed schedule does not always equal a productive life. Some people use busyness as a way to feel important, right? Let me stay busy. Let me run over here, run over there. Other people avoid, right? Other people use business to avoid slowing down long enough to examine their lives. Think about this, right? Think about that. Because when everything becomes quiet, they may have to face the fact that they are giving their energy to things that are not producing results. My bad, not results. So now you've been running around answering phone calls, messages, but now you realize, hold up, these ain't producing the results I want. Why? Because productivity is not measured by how exhausted you are. It's not. I don't care how exhausted you are. You've been running around day so you tired. So what? Productivity is measured by whether your actions are moving you towards your goals, right? Whether you've been running around doing the correct things, taking the correct actions, right? So at the beginning of the day, you need to ask yourself this thing right here, right? I want you to ask yourself this. What are the three most important things that I need to complete today, right? What are the three most important things that I need to complete today? Not the easiest things, because we know we all like to pick the easiest things, right? Not the things that make you look busy, right? We know we all like to look busy and ain't really getting undone. I'm talking about the things that's going to create real movement. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about nothing else. I don't. See, you do not receive extra credit for running yourself into the ground. You don't get extra credit for that. No, you need results, not just activity. You need results, right? So now we're going to talk about the fourth reason why people waste their time. The fourth reason why people waste their time is because they're waiting for the perfect moment. Now, I like to say a perfect moment don't exist. Perfect is in the eye of the beholder is different to everybody, right? So people like to say this: I'm gonna start when I have more money, right? When my money just right, that's when I'm gonna start, right? Or I'm gonna start next month because next month everything gonna be in order. It's gonna be just right. It's gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? Or I have everything together. You know what? Or I start when the children go back to school, right? So when the kids go back to school, that's when I'm gonna start because then I won't have that. Look, I'm about to hit somebody's nerve. Now I won't have that. You know that interference. Or you know what? I'll start when work slows down. So I'm gonna start that business. I'm gonna start when work slow down. That's when I'm gonna start the business. Or you know what? I'm gonna start after the holidays. The holidays about to come up. I'm gonna start after then. I'm gonna start on Monday. It's the weekend. You know what I mean? It's the weekend, so I don't nobody really do nothing on Monday. I'm starting. You know what I mean, baby? How many Mondays do you need? Right? How many tomorrows do you need? There will always be a reason to start tomorrow. There will always be a reason to delay. The perfect time, it does not exist. It don't. It don't. Now, there may be a better time, but there will never be a time without convenience, uncertainty, responsibilities, or challenges. Not ever. Not ever. So you got to learn how to start with what you have. Start with what you have, not with what you're trying to accumulate. Start with what you have. Some of the most successful things in life begin imperfectly. Walmart, Amazon, right? Tesla, all them. So the first video, it might not look professional. I know mass don't. You go back and scroll back. You can tell. The first event, it might not sell out. Go back. My first event, it didn't sell out, right? The first proposal may need corrections. That's fine. The first product may need improvement. That's fine. That's fine. Totally fine. But the first attempt gives you information that endless planning cannot give you. The attempt is what's going to show you how to improve yourself, right? Because you cannot improve something you refuse to begin. You can't. How can you improve anything that you ain't even tried to begin to even know how to improve it? So stop asking, what if it does not work? What if it don't work? What if they don't answer? What if they don't call me back? Start asking yourself this: what will I learn by taking the first step? What will I learn by taking the first step? All right. Remember, one of the standards of crowned focus is now, not tomorrow. That's how we slap them with truth. When we do things now, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow has become a hiding place for too many people. They playing hide and seek. Peekaboo, I see you. Peekaboo, I see you. Right? And tomorrow sounds responsible. It really does. But sometimes tomorrow's just fear wearing a business suit. You know, I'm just saying. That's what tomorrow is. That's why I always say do it now because tomorrow don't ever come. If you watch me enough, you know that's my thing. That's what we say. All right. So let me just check in with y'all that's watching now. So I want to know which one of these has caused you to waste the most time. If you watching, let me know which one of these has caused you to waste the most time, right? Is it lack of clarity? Is lack of clarity causing you to waste the most time? Is it fear, right? Is it being too busy? Is that what's causing you too much time? Is it waiting for the perfect time? Is that what's causing you too much time? Is it distractions? What is it? I really want to know. I do want to know. So drop your answers in the comments. Let Queen A know. Right? I can tell you I didn't deal with all of them. All right. And be honest. Be honest. Because like I always tell y'all, you ain't lying to me, you lying to yourself. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not. I'm not, but I need you to be here to judge yourself, right? We are here to recognize the pattern so we can change it. And the only way you can do that is by judging yourself. So take a moment to respond right? And just say which one, which one affected you the most, right? All right. I just really want to know. I really want to know. Okay. So now I really want to know. So let me just check the comments real quick and see if anybody dropped it in there before we move forward. And I am on two different devices here. So let me some time. Let me see. Just checking the comment section. Let's see. Didn't mean that. Y'all probably heard me. Did y'all hear me right there? Y'all heard me. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard me. I look. All right. So now we are right there. Okay. So I just want to make sure. All right. So now we are going on to go on to the next reason why, right? Is let's talk about distractions. This is another reason why people waste time, right? Not every distraction looks harmful. I need y'all to know that. So, it's not always going to look like it's a distraction. Some distractions are entertaining. They really are. Think about that. Some distractions look like relationships. Mm, I know. Some distractions look like relationships. I know. Some distractions look like opportunities. Okay. Some distractions even look like helping other people. That can be a distraction, whether you think it is or not. Some of them do, right? Because you can waste your entire day solving everybody else's problems, everybody else's issues, everybody else, business plan and this and that, right? But you neglecting your own responsibilities. You neglecting your own responsibilities. You ain't got none of your own problems solved. You can spend hours consuming content from people who are building their dreams. You see them building their dreams and living out their life, and oh my gosh, look, she just started. But in the meanwhile, you continue postponing your dreams. Why is that? Why is that? I want y'all to know there is nothing wrong with entertainment, rest, or enjoying social media. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Queen A is not here to say nothing is wrong with that. The problem begins when entertainment becomes an escape for you. That's when it begins, right? You say you do not have time to work on your goal. I ain't got no time, but your screen time report says otherwise. Oh yeah, screen time will tell you a lot. Oh yeah. Your phone said, "Let's tell the truth today." That's what your phone said. I'm just telling you what your phone said. Your phone said, "Let's tell the truth today." See, right. See, you do not have to eliminate everything you enjoy. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you that you do need boundaries. You need them bad. If you want to grow, you need boundaries. You got to give yourself a specific time to check social media, okay? If you notice, I'm not on social media all day, every day, right? Turn off unnecessary notifications. I had to do that on my phone, right? I have to turn it on, vibrator or something sometimes, or and now I turn all the notifications off, right? Stop answering every call while you are supposed to be working. I had to learn that. I would pick up for people when I know I'm supposed to be working. So now I got a time frame. They can talk to me. Create a focus work period where you complete one important task without switching between 10 different ones, right? Because our mind can't handle that. It can't. And I need you to know that your attention is valuable. So stop giving everybody unlimited access to it. Stop. You giving everybody unlimited access. Why? They don't need it, right? So now the next reason is people do not value time until they lose it. Oh yeah. People don't value time until they lose it. I don't know why, but that's what it seems like for me, right? The truth is that many people treat time as though it is unlimited, right? Money can sometimes be replaced, items can be replaced, opportunities may come around again. They may, right? I know they say some opportunities come around once, but they may come around again. That's the thing. But once a moment is gone, once time is gone, you cannot purchase it back. You can't roll it back. You can't pay to get some more of it back, right? So that does not mean you should feel guilty about the time you have already wasted. You already wasted it, it's gone. Ain't nothing you can do about that time you wasted, right? If you start feeling guilty, now you spending more time on feeling guilty. Guilt wastes more time. A lot of us don't even know that. Oh yeah, guilt wastes more time, right? So learn the lesson, make the adjustment and move forward because you cannot change what you did last year, last month, right? I know what you did last summer, right? But you can't change it. You can only change what you do next, right now, today. So I need you to stop beating yourself up over the years. You believe that you lost. Oh my God, I lost 10 years. I lost all this time. Well, guess what? You still here. You are still here. You still have choices to make, right? You do. You still have choices that you need to make. You still have an opportunity to move differently. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. I need you to count it. So the question is not, why did I waste so much time? That's not the question. That's not. Because, like I said, it's gone. It's over with. You did it. We all did it. We can't get it back. The better question that you need to be asking yourself is, what will I do with the time that I have now, today? What you going to do with it? That is where your power comes. That's where power lies. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the Queen A time reset. All right. So now, before we get out of here, I want to give you a simple time reset that you can begin using today because y'all know I always say tomorrow, what? It don't come. Okay? It don't. So, first, I want you to choose one clear priority. Just one, not 10, not two, one. All right? So, what is one thing that needs your attention during this season in your life? What is the seed that you need to plant right now? What is that seed? Is it grapes? Is it fruit? Is it clarity? Is it confidence? What is it? Right? Second, identify your biggest time waster. Where are you wasting the time the most? Is it social media, which it will be for most, right? Unnecessary conversations, fear, overthinking, lack of planning, or trying to help everybody. What is it? But it's something, right? And then third, schedule a daily focus block. Schedule a daily focus block. So mine's is in the AM, right? When is yours? Set aside at least 30 minutes where your work, right, is only your priority. Just your work. You only work on your priority. That's it. No scrolling, no answering unrelated calls, none of that. No switching between assignments, none of that. I need you to stay focused, right? And then fourth, complete the hardest task, right? Complete the hardest task before you reward yourself with entertainment. So before you start scrolling on Facebook, before you start listening to music, before you start, you eat your snack, whatever it is, complete the hardest task, okay? Handle your responsibility before you start relaxing. That's all I'm saying. You will feel much better. I'm telling you. You will feel so great. Like, oh, I deserve this, right? And fifth, review your day. Review your day. Ask yourself, what did I complete? Did you complete anything, right? What did you complete? So, what did I complete? What distracted me, right? Did you have any distractions today? What needs to change tomorrow? What needs to change tomorrow, right? And I say now. Y'all know I love now, right? So, you do not need a perfect system. You don't. You need a system you will constantly use consistently. Okay, that's the system you need, a system that you constantly use consistently. All right, so I want my royal family to know this. All right, The goal is not to be productive every second of every day. That's not the goal. This is just not, okay? Because why? Rest is necessary. You need rest. Joy is necessary, right? You need time, to spend, happy, right? Spending time with the people you love, that's necessary. You need that time. So I'm not telling you to take that time away. I'm not. But there is a difference between intentionally resting and repeatedly avoiding your purpose. There's a difference. Resting when you know you need to be busy, been sleep all day. Your time deserves direction. Your goals deserve action, okay? And the future version of you, not nobody else, the future version of you needs the current version of you to stop delaying. So the future version that's waiting on you needs the current version of you to stop delaying. So this week, I want you to choose one thing you have been postponing, right? Saying tomorrow. I need you to take one thing that you've been postponing and take one clear step toward getting it done, right? Now, not tomorrow. Now, not next month. Now, today, okay? So, if you feel like you gained a little clarity, drop your step in the comments so we can hold one another accountable, right? One another accountable. So I know one of the main things I got to get done is the rest of this head, right? As you can see, I only got one side done, right? Okay. So hold me accountable for that. But make sure you follow the page, y'all. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching me on YouTube. My YouTubers, hey, 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 and Facebookers, hey. Hey. Yeah. Most importantly, tag someone who needs this, right? But you love them, it's necessary, right? Now, this is a slapping with truth reminder, right? Remember this: clarity tells you what matters, discipline protects your time, and execution changes your life. Execution changes your life, all right? So, I'm Queen A, the Clarity Coach, and this has been another episode of Slapping with Truth podcast. And until next time, my royal family, stop wasting time and start walking in your assignment, not everybody else's, not your family histories, yours, okay? And if nobody else loves you, you already know Queen A does. Later. Mwah.